guys, my name is Crystal. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you like my videos, please press the like button. Please do subscribe. Alexa, what's the time, please?
The time is 6:02 p.m.
Right, I've told you that I've been round my mum's. I actually left my mum's about 4:15, and I got or 4ish. So maybe I got home about 4:15 this afternoon, and I got straight onto the phone to the neurological assessment clinic, where I waited till almost 5 o'clock to get through to someone because I was 13th in the queue. I did not get irate with the phone. I didn't throw the phone or get cross with it. I went off and I put my washing away. I put the things my mum had given me away, and I'm not in the slightest bit angry. All that has done, keeping me 45 minutes on the phone, has given me sharp shocks to the side of my teeth. So every time the phone now goes off or I get a text message, I get a spark at the side of my jaw where my last remaining molar is, where the filling is. I've got a heavy filling in the last of my molars. So I'm wondering if it's a bad tooth, but every time a text message comes now, because I was waiting to answer the phone for 45 minutes, and it's hurt my face. I'm not angry. Years ago, I used to throw the phone and say, fuck it, I'll phone tomorrow. But I waited, I persisted, and I've got an appointment, albeit a telephone consultation. How they can tell what's wrong with you over the phone, and it's not a video consultation. So how can I explain that inside my mouth is a terrible pit of bad dentistry and my jaw hurts without showing them? That's going to prove difficult. Now we're going on to Jennifer's message to me once I got home, and I'm going to tell you about the taxi driver, which was absolutely hilarious but also unbelievable. Hi guys, my name is Crystal. I've just got back from my mum's and she's left me a message. See if my phone bothers to start properly. So that's my mother's, Jennifer's answer phone to me, Crystal. The time is 28 minutes past 5. Right guys, so getting on to the taxi driver coming home. My mum asked me about 3 times, tell me when you would like me to call the taxi. And I had a really, really tiring day on Saturday. My legs were sore. My joints and legs were sore from walking. I'm not a young woman, I'm 54 myself, and my mum could not have done that. She would have collapsed and ended up on a stretcher. She's 76. I know she's chopped down trees and branches, but she said she suffered after for that. I said to my mum, you know, Southern Housing have got gardeners. Why did you feel you needed to cut that down? They have contracted gardeners. So why an old lady felt that she had to chop branches with thorns on, I think she could have cut herself to pieces. She's an old lady. I've seen them cut down the trees and the branches round there once before, and I wouldn't personally like it 4 or 5 men circled in a garden, so that's probably why she did it herself. So my mum called for a taxi just before 4 o'clock, and what I do is my mum had given me heavy bags. One had cat litter in it, cat food, dog food, and it was very, very heavy. The other one had washing, and I had some other bags, and I put my bags outside on my mum's pathway, and this white taxi drove up, and I didn't think the driver could drive properly. I don't know whether he was on drugs. He was just ridiculous. So this taxi drives towards my mum's property. I'm stood well back because my mum got knocked over and flattened on her face by a white car reversing. So I stood on the path. The car can't come up the path, it's not big enough. So as I started to pick up the bags, I was glad I stood on the path because the car had stopped, and as I picked up the bags it started reversing. So I thought, here we go. So I thought he'd driven there so he could help me and my mum put the bags in the back of the taxi, but he hadn't. So my mum said, I'll help you. I said, no mum, these bags are heavy. The driver was just sat there. I thought it was a young bloke. He was dressed in like my son's Keep Fitness kit. He had Keep Fitness gear on. He had like trainers, shorts over a pair of long trousers, and a cap and a hoodie over his head. I thought it was a young bloke driving, like someone into fitness, like he'd just been to the gym. So he gets out of the car. He completely ignores my mum, who stood there holding a heavy bag. So he just turns round and ignores my mother completely. He opens the back, and I put the bags in the back. He doesn't speak to my mum at all. He turns his back on her. I put the other bag in the boot. He slams it down, gets in the back seat, and he's just really rude. He starts like getting all his congestion out of his nose and mouth in the front seat of the car. And I don't know whether I should get out, because that's germs, isn't it? And then he goes down the road and he stops and starts, and the car's not going very fast. Gets down to just past Luton Arches. Oh, there's a load of traffic down here. And he starts going a different way. He starts going towards Chatham Town Centre. And then he goes up Rochester, towards Rochester down the side road. And he gets to near old Gas Road. Near the station, is it? Yeah, it's near the station. Oh, so I can't drop you off here? No, you can't drop me off here. You can't drop me off in the middle of the road. Be stupid. It drives a bit up. Drives underneath, goes that way. He doesn't know where the fuck he's going. He starts driving like a tortoise. He doesn't know where is it. And then I have to direct him where it is, and I direct him round the back because he's being a nuisance. He's being stupid. Just being rude. And he was pretending he couldn't hear me, like the lady in the co-op. He was pretending he couldn't hear what I was saying. He wasn't speaking. He wasn't answering. He spoke to me, but he didn't acknowledge when I spoke. Didn't lose my temper. I just wanted to get home. I rely on the taxi service to get me up and down. So there's no point in causing an argument. And if he wants to cough all over the taxi and be rude, let him. Other people won't stand for it. So the first driver this morning was polite and brilliant, and he knew where he was going. But this one didn't have a clue. So he gets round the back and he pulls out. I said, how much is it? He said, 12 quid. So I get a tenner and I give him 13 quid. I said, you can have £1. And he's got about, he pulls out this lot of notes. load of notes as I'm giving him the money, and I've got enough money. I don't need other people's money. I'm my own boss. Puts it away. And it's not till I realised that it's about a 40 or 50-year-old Asian man with glasses, dressed like a young lad. So he's about 50, this Asian, dressed like a 20-year-old. And he's giving it attitude, yeah. He's going about like this, like, I'm it. And I didn't like his attitude, and I didn't like the coughing and spluttering all over myself. There's still the threat of COVID, but I've had my inoculations. But I just thought, yeah, you're acting like a jerk, and I'm an older woman. Carry on. I've also got a TV licence reminder. Your TV licence will now expire at the end of January 2023. All in red. Sherrington Collections Manager. And what I'm seeing on the TV lately, people dropping down. I couldn't give a fuck about the TV licence, to be quite honest. Couldn't give a fuck. And we've also got BT. PO Box 10942, Leicester. My father Derek was born in Oadby in Leicester. I was born in Lewisham, London. So we're still getting mail from Leicester, where my father Derek was born. BT. There was a Monster energy drink can outside this block of flats when I came home. A Monster energy drink can. And I'm Jennifer's daughter. I'm no monster. I'm no monster. I'm a mouse. I'm certainly not a monster. And she kept acting like I was Derek. You know? Oh, do you mind if I go outside? Do you mind if I go to the toilet? Do you mind if I go and talk to the bin men? I'm not Derek. She's my mum. She can do whatever she likes now. Derek's dead. It's a shame I can't do what I want to do, because I'm still trapped in this TV prison, as I call it. I'm now going to make myself a cup of coffee and talk to various people on Plenty of Fish, whether they're real or not, one never knows. And I'm going to just carry on as I usually do, by myself, in this mad world where some people are acting really strange lately. See you later.